As a youngster in Boise, my family had a small airplane for backcountry flying, and so we would taxi out there in front of Gowen Field, and I would see the F-4s, which of course as a kid and even now extremely impressive to see those military aircraft out there.
When I was a kid, I remember seeing all the F-4s fly around, and then as I got older and I was in the Army and got a chance to go out to Gowen Field to try out for put in for employment for a job. It was pretty incredible to see all the F-4s, all the smoke, all the engines, all the great stuff that goes along with flying jet fighters.
As a citizen, I think it's pretty cool to see military jets. I think it's a pretty impressive, powerful display of what people are capable of.
Growing up with my dad he was a master sergeant in mechanical warfare, and he won several national awards, and he's National Guardsman of the Year and also Air Force Guardsman of the Year, which is pretty impressive coming out of our own local Air Guard.
It's a military installment that employs quite a few people in the Boise Valley. I have a few friends and relatives of friends that have been employed there.
And it's not just the Air Force that's at Gowen Field. You normally see the airplanes all lined up, but behind all that, you also have the Army Guard, the Army Reserve, you've got the Marines, and you've got the Navy.
From an economic basis, not only are those employees employed there and giving back into this community financially, then their spouses and kids are in this community giving back to it. They're supporting companies like us, and then we support local accountants and lawyers and other related industries. So the network effect of them being here financially, personally, and then economically to this valley is significant.
Not only does it provide jobs and income for small businesses like us, but guardsmen who want to be able to participate in Air Guard activities can still live in an awesome, amazing place where they can mountain bike and ski on the weekend and fly fish and go do their training once a month.
Moving back to Boise was just huge for my wife and I, and the fact that Gowen Field exists let me do that. I wanted to continue in the military, and I think most of us who are at Gowen, we were either active duty at one point or started there, but we wanted to serve our nation. We wanted to live in this state that we love and serve the state as necessary.
It's a sizable piece of our business and is important to keeping us running and justifying our infrastructure and our level of service, and they appreciate that level of service. So they're a very good client, and they are important to our business.
Both my parents opened Business Interiors of Idaho about 30 years ago. And one thing that the government does, especially military installments, is they give preference to vendors that are women-owned and small businesses, and we're both of those.
Gowen out there is our largest single and longest standing client from the government space. And because of that, we did develop our government's expertise that we could then expand and start to grow into other state entities and other federal entities. But I would have to say, because of Gowen and the size of that client and the importance to us, it launched our focus in the government space.
Beyond that, I think, as we discussed, it does provide a lot of local jobs, and it does bring a lot of new people that are on military assignment to Boise. They provide training, and then they provide education through the GI Bill. And I think that does promote a lot better candidates for local jobs.
I think a lot of people don't realize just how many guardsmen are at Gowen. Their families are in town. They own homes, they buy cars, they buy gas, they buy groceries. The average pay of a guardsman is probably a lot higher than most people would think. And so it brings a lot of economic stability to the valley. I think Gowen's legacy is just from World War II on, providing airmen and soldiers, Marines, folks in the Navy that can go abroad, fight for the United States, and also provide the mission for the state as needed with forest fires, floods, heavy snows, any natural disaster.
They are ready to help when help is needed, whether that be national security issues, whether that be terrorism issues, whether it be a natural disaster. They're trained in a broad range of disciplines to be able to help when needed, whether it be here or be shipped off somewhere else.
So we're not just deploying outside the United States to fight. We also have a secondary mission within the continental United States.
It's our connection to the military here. We otherwise don't have a strong connection. So it's our opportunity to be prideful, to understand what the military does for us, and have respect for the level of professionalism and leadership that exists out there. Without it, I don't think this valley would have that direct appreciation for the military.